Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, Saturday, May 11th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 19 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 65 degrees with a high of 71 and a low of 46. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, pretty pictures, and of course, most importantly, the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring, which I go through all three of those things while I'm coloring. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who watch this broadcast when I download it to my group Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So let me get acclimated here. I just need to set up my second monitor so that I can see everybody's comments. All righty. Hello, Emily. All right, let me get my little power cord here. I'll tell you what, we live and die by our power cords, don't we? So, Emily, how is married life treating you? We have a newlywed here in the group. All right, let me see if I can get the critters out tonight as well. Emily, how's your back doing? All right, the critters are out. Hurts, but still managing. Okay. Oh, sweetie. Prayers for you, sweets. Okay. So I do 2 projects a night. The first one that I do is from a duet. Hello, Patricia. It's from a duet. I always give away one to do as a duet so that you can color with me. And that way it's a major learning piece. So we're this far. We've got just basically the floor to do. We'll see what we do with the background. This is so cute. Then we've got our realistic portraits book by Christine Karen, I'll get it. And I've been working on that portrait, showing you how to do the face. Let me get that shine off of it there. So here's the side by side for it. And thank you for the feedback on this. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Okay. Let me get my paper towel down. Whoop. Oh, hold on, guys. Gotta grab something. Vicky, no. Come here. Hold on, guys. Minor disaster. All right. Okay. I'm back. Hola, Ana Laura. Me gusta mucho tu estás aquí. Hello, Thomas. All right. So the only thing left that I have to do on here actually is the floor. And then I'll decide if I'm going to do a background. Don't forget your paper towel to put underneath your hand. As for gliding across your piece, keeping your piece relatively, or keeping it cleaner. And let me get my scratch pad. Okay. Ana Laura is in Mexico. She's from Mexico. So she comes in and she has to translate everything that she says. And I have a little bit of Spanish. Ana Laura de está México y ella va aquí en la noche para to be está aquí. Me gustó mucho. Oh, I killed that, didn't I? All right. Oh, at least I didn't insult her. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do the floor, and I'm going to do a relatively dark floor. So I'm going to use my darker browns. So we have a dark, a medium, there we go. We have a dark, a medium, and a light brown. Let me swatch those for you. So there's my dark. There's my medium. And there's my light. Okay, so there we go. Now, Mamie said that she probably won't be here tonight because she and her family are going to be watching the sky colors. I want to say Northern Lights. Apparently that's going on for a few days. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to start with my dark. And I'm actually going to be smart about it and start on the left-hand side. Linda, the three amigos. Uno, dos, tres. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Wally. How are the three amigos doing this evening? Okay, now notice how I'm starting with my dark here. Now, I've got this thing right here. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, so I'm going to make it part of the floor. Thomas, what's your oh, why don't I want to use blender pencils on white paper? I got you. I didn't see the first part of your question. And Kitty is correct. Blender pencil is very rough on paper, and you don't want to use it on grayscale because it can pull up the gray on the paper. Okay, so I'm going to use a mechanical pencil here. And I'm going to cover over that spot. Now, you don't have to do that if you don't want. And then I'm going to come in with my dark pencil. And fill in that area. Don't forget to turn your pencil. Linda, how's your ankle? Check it out. And Kitty, that was the exact correct answer to Thomas. Wrapped with compression bandages going back Monday. Okay. Anna, would you please contact me on Messenger? Okay, so now we're going to scooch up here. Ana, ¿me comprendo en inglés? Hi, Stephanie. Stephanie. Okay. Amy has thumb number 8. Cool. Stephanie, you can either sharpen it or you can go ahead and use a little sandpaper to work out that rough spot. So what I would do is just take the pencil and rough it out on the sandpaper. Okay, Anna, I wanted to make sure that you were understanding my English when I talk to you, when I speak to you. So you don't have to contact me on Messenger. I just wanted to make sure that you were understanding what I was telling you about coloring, the basics of coloring. All right. Yeah, you can use an emery board. So Anna, do I understand that you can understand English better than what you can write it? Is that correct? You understand English, but you only fail to write it since your heart attacks and your strokes. Oh, okay. Comprendo. Okay. You do not need to contact me on Messenger. Like I said, I was just going to translate the basics of adult coloring into Spanish for you, if that was necessary. All right, let me pull out. Okay, this is my darkest pencil. And while I'm thinking of it, we all need to say hello to Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. Oh, my. Anna, are you able to adult color? Did I remember that you could adult color? Dorothy, we love you. No, I'm not saying don't use a blender pencil at all. What I'm saying, Thomas, is if you can use a different method to blend, it's better. And I am saying in this case that blender pencil on grayscale can be a problem. Stephanie, congratulations on your pencils. Stephanie, what brand did you buy? Thomas, what I'm saying is, yeah, Kitty, you prefer blending with a napkin? Yep. What I'm saying is that it's better to blend with the less harsh method, if at all possible. I am not saying to not use your blender pencil. The color that I sent you the link for, gotcha. I'm surprised you're having problems with the color. Stephanie, is that happening a lot? Ana, me gusta mucho, es posible para ti, comprendo, para no problema. Oh, it was just a few. Okay. I have not swatched all of my Color 520s, so I don't know if I'm going to run into the same problem or not. But if it's too much of a problem, I would contact Color and tell them what's happening. What does a few mean? 3? Keep track and let me know. I would like to know out of curiosity. Now, when you're doing an area like this, don't forget, we got to get around those little tiny pieces here. Don't forget to turn your pencil. Now, for anybody that's new that's watching, please do not hesitate. Okay, Thomas, see you in a little bit. Thank you for letting me know. For those of you who are watching, please say hello. Okay, this is all my medium color. Again, don't forget to turn your pencil. Hello, Sandra. Yes, I am having a good evening. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to pop back with my darkest pencil for a moment. And then I'll come back with my medium. All right, let's pull out and take a look. I would say that's looking pretty cool. Let me grab some water before I forget. Isn't that cool? Okay, now I'm going to come in with my lightest color. Now, one thing I want to tell you about color selection. If you start to color something, in this case my dark and my medium, and then you go to get your light and your light doesn't fit and you decide it's not working, switch up your color. So this is my lightest color now, and I want you to notice that I'm using it over my dark color and over my medium. And, oh, the C051 ochre, yeah. I want you to notice that I'm not pounding my pencil into the paper. You've got to quit coming in heavy with your pencils, guys. The minute you come in heavy, you lose the abilities. I got to do an up and down a little bit here because of this edge. You lose the ability to finesse your piece. How many of you are still coming in heavy when you color? Let me come out a little bit. Now, by coming in lighter with your lightest pencil, it allows me to blend the colors that are already there. Okay, hold on. My lightest brown is literally falling apart here. Oh. Okay, kitty, thank you. Oh, let's see if I can get that point back. Okay. Don't you hate it when you selected? Oh, Stephanie, I'm so happy. Let me show you what Stephanie's talking about. I was going to do that after I do this segment here. I'm going to finger blend this. Kitty, you're still working on the mandala book. That's cool. Hi, Cara Marinas. Cara Marinas. Hello. Okay, guys, I want to show you this. Cara Marinas, hold on a second. So here's the picture that Stephanie put in the group. Meet the real archer we've been coloring in the picture. Stephanie, you are most welcome about doing the picture. So let me get to the individual photos here. Oh my gosh, it looks like them. Isn't that absolutely darling? And then here's the next image. I love it. Isn't that cute? And then here's the young lady that got the picture. Stephanie went ahead and framed it. I love it. Stephanie, can you go back and date that picture? You need to take it out of the frame did you date it? I can't tell. Oh, yes, you did. May 2024. It says Stephanie. I got it. I see it. May 2024. How cool is that? So guys, that's what happened with our picture that we did. Isn't that neat? Cara Marinas, we have fun in here. Amy, good night. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing. Stephanie, what a neat thing. So, Cara, tell us about you. And we have another new person, Mr. Crackawayne. Hello. So hello to Mr. K and hello to Cara. Guys, tell us about yourself. Both of you. Okay. So I'm working with my light pencil now to start to fill this in. Okay, now obviously we have some blending to do on the left here with this. Now let me move over along the bottom. And I'm using my lightest color over my medium to soften up that look. Well, Thomas, that was quick. Don't forget to turn your pencil as you're doing your blending. Check out how soft that wood is looking. That's what we want. Okay, let me pull out so you can see the full effect here. Isn't that neat? Okay, now we need to blend this up because we've got a lot of streaking with our dark and our medium color. So now what I'm going to do, using my dark pencil, I'm going to soften the edges of my dark lines. And that's why I keep telling you, hello, Kaya. Welcome to my group. So if you don't mind, hi, Carrie. So Kaya, if you don't mind, I'm going to call you KK. Is that okay? And check out how cool this is starting to look now by blending in our colors and making that soft look. Carrie, good to see you. And then I'll come in with my medium and I'm going to blend that further. KK, what brings you here? Now, you don't want to overblend, because if you blend too much, you're going to have muddled colors, especially if you're using darker colors like I am here. So I'm using a combination of my pencil to blend and my finger. And we've got some itty bitty eggshell right here that we need to get around. There we go. Mr. Crackawayne? Linda, is that KK? And notice how I'm also blending over. Oh, Mr. K is from Annie's channel. Well, that's cool. Notice how I'm going over the eggshells as well, so everything is blending in beautifully. And again, I'm blending with my medium and my light. KK, the reason that I don't use tape on the bottom is because when I go to post my pictures, I just go ahead and I crop it to the edge that I want to show. And it also depends on how far down I want to bring this. So using my light pencil, Melinda, hello. Using my light thumb number 12. Using my light pencil, I'm going to make a rough edge with this floor. Let me pull out and show you guys how that's looking. Now, I also want you to notice that this pencil is not filling in 100%, and that's giving me a really neat look with the floor. Because I've got these lighter spots here. And that gives us more of a wood look. Check it out. It's all about the blending, guys. My Linda, how's the world treating you today? Okay, let me pull out. You're doing okay? Good. Now, I'm going to continue with my light color pencil, and I'm going to blend up the side. This is where I'm going over my medium and my dark. And we're getting that nice smooth look. Questions? All right, let me sharpen here. Hi, Dom Dom. What you doing? Who is following along and coloring this with me tonight? Okay, now I'm not too happy with this edge that I created when I went up and down with my pencil. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of paper underneath this and fix that. Details, guys, details. And I'll very lightly bring out that dark a little bit. Hey, Kathy. All right. Much better. We are so darn close on this, I'll tell you. Okay, now I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to pop up to that upper left-hand corner where my rose is, and I've got a few little dots here. So I'm going to use the same color on my dots as I did on the roses. We'll call those bubbles. Who's coloring this with me tonight? And then I'm going to come in with my darker pink. And we're going to go ahead and add some dimension to that. And then I'm also going to use my darker pink to bump up my shading and my shadowing on these roses. Now, this is where you start to finesse the piece. And you add in these little personal or unique touches to make your piece look really cool. And the reason that this is the time to do this is because you've colored your whole piece, and now you can go through and add those little extra touches to enhance it. And I want you to notice that these are areas where we didn't have the grayscale. See how I'm fanning out the color right here on this petal. I do that all the time, by the way, guys. I'll call a petal a leaf. I need to take a little bit of purple and catch this last dot. There we go. Now, if anybody is new and you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Guys, this is why I'm live. I would love to hear from you, even if you just say hello. Otherwise, I could just go ahead and do this as a video. Now, don't get stupid and add too many enhancements. Use your judgment. Yeah, it would be really dull to do this as a video, I'll tell you. Kathy, Scott's doing great. Update us. Yay. For those of you that don't know, Kathy's brother, Scott, donated a kidney and a woman got his kidney, and I assume she's doing well. And by the way, Scott spells his name with 2 T's, S-C-O-T-T. Oh, I bet you he had fun growing up with that. Okay, check out how vibrant now, more vibrant the rose looks. Kathy, you're in Florida, aren't you? Kathy travels to see her mom every year. All right, let's pull out. So Kathy, let me ask you this. Would he recommend kidney donation to other people? How's the weather in Florida, Kathy? Okay, now I've got a couple of round circles here near the teddy bear. So I'm going to do those brown. Patricia, where do you travel to? Okay, now I want you to notice that when I had little circles Near my roses, I did those pink. Near the hydrangea, I did them purple. And now near the teddy bear, we've got these brown. So this is my lightest brown. My Linda, it's just part of the design. Oh, Kathy, hot. You always bring the hot and muggy weather to Florida. Okay, and then we've got a couple here. Now, I apparently hit the paper with something. So now I need to go and put a bubble around it. Whoop. Oh, I think that looks absolutely adorable. I'm actually going to continue that design. Reminds me of little balloons. Now, I'm going to come back on, well, let me finish here. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm having too much fun. So now I'm going to come in with a darker pencil, if I can find my spot. And notice that little C there. On the one side. So Patricia's mom is 99 years old and still in independent living. How cool is that? Now I'm blending in this darker part with my lighter pencil. Kathy, your mom is 85. Yep. Hey, God bless them both. Okay. And again, blending with my lighter pencil. Anybody having any problems with their dots? Oh, okay, Kathy. We'll take a look. That's really weird. I didn't get a message on, an indication on Messenger. Oh, this is too cute. All right, let me pull out. Kathy, send it again. I didn't get anything. Patricia, send me a picture of your mom as well. Well, that's weird. Okay, blending is when you're merging the colors together so that you have a seamless line. Ah, here we go. There's Kathy's mom. Wow, she doesn't look 85 at all. And burnishing is when you are going over the top and you are deliberately making a shinier surface. So here's Scott. Here is Kathy's mom. And here is Kathy. Scott looks really good. His color looks great. Siri, define burnishing.
Burnish means polish something, especially metal, by rubbing.
It's making a shine on a highly polished surface. That's what burnishing is. And blending is when you, again, are blending your colors together and merging them so that they seamlessly merge from one color to the next. And by the way, Kathy says, she sent me a note. She says, I love being part of your group. Can you believe we will know each other for 4 years in June? You can tell when, guys, you can look up and see when you've joined my group. Okay. I'm going to add some of these little bubbles. Stephanie, did you get a satisfactory answer to your question? Let's see, I'm going to make this one look like it's partially off the page. I like to do that for dimension reasons. And then I'm going to come back with my darker pencil and we're going to shade that edge just to give that dimension. Check it out. Kathy, will you tell Thomas how you can look up how long you've been in the group? Okay, check it out. Now I want to add one more thing to this picture. Hold on. I'll have to look it up. I believe if you, in the upper right hand corner of the group, if you click on membership or members, that's how you can tell how long you've been in the group. Okay, here are my medals. I've used these little puppies before. So I'm going to play around with a couple of things here. Kathy, thank you for sharing that picture. That's pretty cool. Yeah, click on that membership and that should do it. Okay, I have here a package full of little charms. Let's see. Let me put the other ones away here. And the two that I'm going to put on here are Hope and Miracle. Kathy, did you send another image? Oh, okay, just the second one. Gotcha. It came in twice. Now, I'm going to take my wood glue actually, I think my Elmer's will be okay because these are very light. So, Stephanie, the baby was a miracle baby? Tell us the story. Now, this stuff does dry clear, but I'm just taking up a little bit of the extra glop. All right. So there's Miracle. So we're calling Asher a miracle. And I'm also going to put up Hope on here because he's a hope for the future. And I want you to notice that I'm not, when I put these on here, I'm not angling them the same. Oh, okay, Stephanie, that's fine. Just tell her that the group would love to hear the background on her beautiful baby. Okay, so we have Hope and Miracle on here. And then I'm going to gussy this up even a little more. Let me find what I'm looking for. I have some of these little frame corners. So I've got to find 4 that match. Now, would you not think that I could find 4 of these, huh? Aha. I got 4. Give me a second while I put away these other ones. Okay, so these are little corner grippy things. And I found 4 that are actually gold, which is really great because of the egg. And I need to take a second to run this brown out to the edge. I really do have something in mind that's cool for you. Now, you guys know that I love to add little extra things to the picture, but I don't do it just to do it. Hi, Annie. Okay, let me get my dark. And run a little bit of that out there. And then I'm going to come in with my medium and we'll blend. Hi, Maggie. Hello, Allie. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday to one and all. Okay. Now, I need to do one quick thing here as well. Is I need to take my triangles here and make sure that my brown is basically even from one side to the other. Which it is. So that's just a quick check here. Did I start this tonight? Oh my gosh, no. I've been doing this over a series of broadcasts. Okay. Annie, you can go back and see the process. Do you have this? You don't have this picture, do you? Annie, you've been here. Okay, so I'm going to take my little corners that I have. And I'm going to put them on here. And I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put on a little glue. I'll go ahead and wipe away this excess. And then I'm going to take a pair of pliers. My needle nose pliers have disappeared, unfortunately. Oh, Annie, we'll get this coloring page to you, and you can go back and follow the broadcast. Okay, there's the first corner. Oh, you were here a couple years back, and since then you've escaped a very possessive and violent man. Oh my gosh. Praise God. Annie, welcome back to the group. Are you going to be able to come in on a regular basis? Oh, thank you, Linda. Okay, so there's my glue. And then I'm going to put my little corner on. And then I'm going to squeeze that with my pliers. Sandra, good night. Good night, Sandra. Good night, Sandra. Good night, Sandra. So glad you made it with us. Annie, are you safe? Okay, so there's my first part that I squeezed. And then the second. Annie, I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm also very happy to learn that you made it through that situation. I hope the jerk got what he deserved. Okay, let's get this fourth one on here. We'll give that a squeeze. Then we'll give this a second squeeze. Well, Annie, I want this to be a nice refuge for you. An emotional refuge. That's what we should call this place, right? I like that term. Okay, guys, let me pull out. Drum roll. Here we go. Check it out. Now, I am not inclined to do anything else with this background. So what do you guys think? Annie, I am just so touched that you came back to the group. I really am. Okay, I'm going to take my medium flesh color and I'm very, very lightly going to darken the skin a little bit. Check it out. Annie, are you able to help other women that were in your situation? Okay, now I have a little glitch here in the paper. So I'm just going to use my blending pencil and get rid of that. But only for that one spot. And then I'm going to finger blend this. And then I'm going to come back. I've got one more little thing I want to do. Annie, that's great to hear. And to anybody else that is in my listening audience or viewing audience that's in an abusive relationship, you can get out of it. Annie, would you care to offer up some advice to women who are in an abusive relationship? Okay, I'm adding a little pink. I just want to have a little bit more of that pinkish look of a newborn. Annie, I'm just so tickled you're back. There you go. Listen to what she just said to Thomas. Okay, Faber-Castell 103. And I'm going to blend that pink in. Now, again, this is the pink that you tend to see on a newborn. Actually, it's just a light pink, Annie. It's called pastel pink, and it's a color. I normally don't call out brands because I have so many of them. Let me swatch it for you. I've got to remember what I'm calling this group, an emotional refuge. Okay, guys, I am calling this one done. Questions, comments, concerns? Maybe instead of saying comments, I should say questions or concerns. Linda, good night. Happy Mother's Day to all moms and grandmothers. When is Mother's Day?
Mother's Day is tomorrow.
All right. Calling this one done. Now, the question that usually comes up is, yeah, Kitty and I had a conversation about her bullies. So Kitty, you are welcome. I'm glad it helped you. Guys, don't give bullies power. Just ignore them. Okay, so this is the fixative I put on the piece. And yes, I spray right over the things that I've attached. Patricia, are you calling it an evening as well? So you're going to hear a little clacking. No, Maggie, it's just Linda. All right, guys, let me spray this. And what it's going to do is it's going to just slightly make the piece look a little richer. Woo-wee. All right, I'm about to go on to our second piece. Kathy, good night. I'm tickled you stopped in. Kathy, give your mom and Scott a hug for me, will you? I think it turned out beautifully. I like it. La Ciudad de Mexico. Buenas noches, Ana. Okay. I'm ready to go to my next project. I'll be posting this tonight as a finished piece. Stephanie. Did she pop out? I will post those little tags. All right, guys, second piece. Yeah, Stephanie, I will post a link to, well, Yeah, I'll post a link to those little tags that you liked. And actually, you can go back to your friend's house and glue them on there. I put them in a protective notebook sheet, and I put them in a notebook. Sorry to hear that, Thomas. Someone had asked me one time to, oh, Stephanie, that would be great. Then she can tell us all about Archer. So yeah, when you get those tags, if you get them, you can go back to her and glue a couple of them on there. That's really interesting that I use the word hope and miracle, isn't it? Be sure to tell her to say hello. Okay. So last night I was working on the blouse. I still have more work to do on it, but I just want to show you this. And you can see how this is coming along side by side. Now, there's a story behind this piece. One of my peeps asked me to do it. Basically, in memory of her sister. So, she told me the hair color, the eyes color. Good night, Stephanie. Sweet dreams. And last night I adjusted the eyes. I wanted those to be a little more hazel. I felt they were too green. All right. So let me pull out my turquoise and blues that I'm using. And what we need to do now is we need to start smoothing this out because it looks pretty rough. Now, when you get that whiteness in, that means that the pigment from the pencil is not going all the way down into the tooth of the paper. Now, this paper happens to be the original from the book. and it's been working pretty well. Any questions or concerns about this piece? Dorothy, I hope you're enjoying this because I know that you like portraits. Annie, this is the paper directly out of the book. It's got somewhat of a slick feel to it. Geez, Annie, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I'm so glad to see you again. It's an Amazon printed book. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, actually, it may be. Hold on, let me find it. Made in the USA, Moni, Illinois, 30 April 2021. I honestly don't know if this is an Amazon book or not. But it's got some neat pictures in it, I'll tell you. So guys, I have two favors to ask you. Favor number one, please click that thumbs up, that like button. That's very important to me. And for all the things that I do for you, excuse me, I do for you, that's the only favor that I ask back. Thank you, Annie. Okay. Now we're going to put a little blue in there. Annie, if you want to do this picture, you've got to go back and find my previous broadcasts, and then you can follow along. Oh, Christine's stuff is beautiful. She's a member of our group, by the way. Now, I want you to notice that I'm using basically the side of the pencil. And when I lift it, I'm still turning it a little bit. And I want you to notice how I'm back blending. Oh, okay, Stephanie. If anybody wants this book, I can send you the affiliate link. Hi, Brittany. I'm glad you made it. Guys, what's the most important skill to master in adult coloring? Okay, now I'm coming back with a lighter turquoise here. Blending, that's right. And what's the definition of a proper blend? Now, I was using my slightly darker turquoise over here. I'm using my lighter turquoise here. And I'm back blending it over this blue that's in here. When one color seamlessly disappears into the next color, that's right. That is what a proper blend is. So here's what I always say to people. I would rather see terrible colors on your piece if I had to make a choice. Terrible colors on your piece and top-notch blending, then perfect color choice and lousy blending. Oh, yay, Stephanie. You can share Asher's story. We'll do so tomorrow when more people are on. Well, Stephanie, just to let you know, If you look on YouTube at the number of people that watch, we're commonly over 100. So quite a few people will see it when you share it tomorrow. All right. Now, when you're doing something like this in a big open space, again, you don't want to be pounding in your pencil. Let the pencil do the work. And the trick to great coloring is layers. So when you layer with one pencil color, like what I'm doing now, that's what's going to make your piece look really good. Unfortunately, a lot of people, rather than doing layers, they jam in the coloring. They don't have the layers, and they don't leave themselves open for shading and shadowing because they've already put in their darker color, made a darker color out of it. So guys, knock it off. And the other thing with adult coloring is, I just forgot my thought. Oh, now I know. Take your time. Adult coloring is not a race. Adult coloring is meant to be enjoyed like a nice banana split. All right, let me pull out so you can see. Oh, you're sharing now. So mom is considered geriatric, 44. First-time mother, premenopausal, lifelong paraplegic, unknown pregnancy until 28th week. Oh, Stephanie. Asher truly is a miracle. And she was told that she could never have or carry a child. Don't you love it when God does that? That is absolutely phenomenal. Thomas, stop letting your phone run down to be so low. We had to talk about that. Okay. I love it when God confounds the doctors. Okay. Let's work up on this collar now. And now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start putting my lines in for this shirt. Oops, went a little too far here. I hate that when I do that. Now, notice by adding these vertical lines, that is really starting to make this collar pop. And again, that's why colored pencils are so neat. Watching you do this portrait, I now know why the Asher picture is so much brighter. Ah, you have a lot of white showing through the colors. Gotcha. So, Stephanie, you weren't labeling. Huh? You weren't layering your colors? Okay. Now, right now we've got a big blob of turquoise. For the sweater. So, I'm going to start putting in my definitions, my defining lines. I want you to see this. Now, this is, I would say this almost looks like a watercolor image. Patricia, good night. Click that like button and share the broadcast, please. Oh, not as darkly as I was doing. Okay. Good night, Miss Patricia. Glad to see you here. Sleep well, sleep well, sleep well. You are such a dear. Okay, Payne's Gray. I'm going to start to define in these lines. Guys, don't hate me for my singing. We got to have fun, don't we? Okay. Now, this is going to drive you nuts. We're going to take the Payne's Gray. And we're going to start defining our lines of the sweater. Oh, you're working on the first eggshell cutie. You'll go back and layer more heavily. Annie, don't encourage me. Okay, and now I'm going to go along the edge here with my Payne's Gray, which is a Faber-Castell Gray number 181. One of my favorite pencils. And we're going to add that boundary. Now, you may not be doing this image, but I want to show you these techniques to give you ideas for other projects. Annie, you got to be careful. If you encourage me, I do weird stuff. Now, this gray is exactly what was done on the portrait. So it's nothing out of the ordinary. Oh yes, laughter is good medicine. I'll remember that when they're carrying me off to the sanatorium. Sanatorium. Now, guys. Oh, good night, kitty. This is why I encourage you when you're doing a duet to pace me. Because if you didn't pace me, you probably didn't add this gray. And I don't know what I'm saying. This is not a duet. I'm just saying if you do have this book and you are able to follow along with me, follow along with me. Now I want you to notice also that I'm curving these lines, because if you don't curve them, you won't have that rounded look. I want you guys to be watching me for the techniques that I'm showing you. Okay, so I'm going to shadow in a little bit underneath the chin. And now I'm going to take my Payne's Gray. See how we've got a slightly darker area over here to the left. And I'm going to angle down the gray. Now, obviously this needs blending. Right now I'm just tinting in my area. And then I'm going to add another area of gray. in the front. Now again, I'm just tinting in my color and roughing it in. And then I'm going to come back underneath my collar and continue with my gray under that. And I'm going to come down a little bit to the side. This will make sense in a minute when I show you the main picture. We're just showing the folds in the sweater. All right, let me pull out. And let me show you the side by side. And you can see exactly what I'm doing. See that? Any questions? Finger blend. Now, it is perfectly okay to tint in your areas that you intend to come back to and finish off. You've seen me do this before, and I'm particularly doing it on this piece. What's that pencil again? I take it you're talking about the pencil that I'm using, Stephanie? Faber-Castell. Payne's Gray. 181. Okay. Now I'm going to start blending in this gray. I've only got about 5 more minutes. You can buy them individually. I would suggest that you go to some place like Mr. Art. You can check Dick Blick prices as well. And you can buy them individually on Amazon. Okay, check out how this is blending. Remember I tell you to move around on your paper towel because those little knobbies fill in. Well, when you're searching for the pencil, you need to specifically say Faber-Castell and put the number 181 in your search. And it should pull it up. And look how cool this is starting to look. Obviously, this needs a lot more blending. Now, another way that you could be doing this is you could use eyeshadow or your Faber-Castell chalks and put that gray on. That's a neat way to do it as well. Now I'm finger blending as well. I think we're looking pretty cool, guys. Okay, guys, it's 10 o'clock my time. Time to end. We made great progress tonight. This is our Christine Karen Realistic Portraits book. And this is from Eggshell Cuties Jubilee. Calling this one done. Let me put my mark on it while you're here. Again, please click that like button. Please share this broadcast. And by the way, I wanted to thank everybody that's been taking advantage of my huge sale on my books for my PDFs in my Facebook group. It's a really great sale. Just contact me on Messenger if you're interested in any of my books. I'm just going to bend this back a little bit. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the evening. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. Annie, delighted to see you again. As I said before, don't be such a stranger. Okay, guys, take care. And I will see you tomorrow night. Like I said, same time, same place. Bye.